The Terrible Warriors are heading to Con Bravo to record the final episode of the Apocalypse World Mega Game. Get your tickets now at conbravo.com and stay tuned to the end of this episode to find out more details. Because today on the Terrible Warriors, we return to the Apocalypse World. Far to the west of Sanctuary, our Thursday team have settled in a place called D-Town. It's got cults, wars without end, and a sprinkling of cannibalism just to make the whole world feel right. And in the next hour, those fanatics and cultists will learn that these players who've walked into their territory, well, they're not messing around. The driver, the brainer, the battle babe, they are your terrible warriors.
Welcome back, terrible listeners, to the second episode of the Apocalypse World campaign for the Season 5 finale of Dear God, Wes, what are you doing with your glasses?
I don't know.
Well, that's derailing us right there. Good old Wes.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Such a shame we're not bringing you to Con Bravo July 28th to 30th at the Hamilton Convention Center. Get your tickets now.
Wow, that was actually really well done.
Yeah, smooth.
Thank you. To be fair, Con Bravo is one of the few Canadian conventions that I haven't defiled with my presence.
It's okay, the other 404s will be here by proxy. Speaking of, I'm Derek the Bard for Chasing the Muse. I am, oh my god, you wrote that name in huge letters across the top of your sheet.
There's no other way to write the invincible Grunkus.
Even better when he put, I'm behind your eyes.
I'm joined
You and
with...
Snowflame will get along really well.
Anyway, I am joined with...
Will Mitchell.
Wes Gunn in a facepalm. Shane Fitzgerald and what the hell?
What the hell? That's an interesting show, Shane. Why didn't you tell me about what the hell? Now, these are our weirdo wastelanders in the Apocalypse World. Well, we don't have an angel in the party.
That's
so
a shame.
if y'all get hurt, things are going to get interesting.
When y'all get hurt.
When y'all get hurt. Which is going to... You know what? Let's start asking some questions then about D-Town.
Yeah.
About this weirdo bunker town in an unnamed part of, well, okay, it's Edmonton. With your weirdo winter cannibal cult in the mall, and your psychic blizzards, and your inquisitorial cult, who apparently just knock on people's doors, go, are you secretly a cannibal, and don't know it yet.
It's more like, where were you at Christmas?
Yeah,
And then they murder you.
And then they murder you.
Wait. Instead of inquisitors, we call them carolers. That's really good.
I like it. Oh, and then they have like a whole chantry and song thing going on. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
well, I'm thinking because you guys have kind of put Christmas down as being the bad guys thing.
But again, we don't necessarily know about Christmas.
The name of the place, the name of the secret hideout for the winter cult is Tinseltown.
Yeah.
That might be pushing it a tad.
Well, or like no, but he. I think that's like he's on a good track there.
Yeah. All right then. And then up north, you've got that kind of perpetual smoke.
Yep.
And down south, all we've got written down for the south is the fur trade.
Okay.
Because you guys make all that leather in town.
Yeah, that's where like a lot of, and presumably some of it's food, but
yeah, that's probably where all your meat comes from.
Yeah.
I imagine you probably got some kind of like cannery factory because the meat's mixed with a lot of different crap.
Well, this is D-Town, right? We got all these bunkers, and we can't dig during the wintertime, but we do dig in the summer, right? That's the excavation season. So mushroom farms, man. Tons of mushroom farms.
Yeah, okay.
That's also what we do with all that shit.
You know, I would say that there's a lot of them, but there isn't mushroom. People pay me for my humor.
Yes.
Yeah, not us though. The old
what's the south?
There's only one
the
person
south is just we don't have to detail everything.
Yeah, it's just the southern
We'll
wilds.
detail it as you go there. Exactly. You got southern wilds. Then to the east, all that we know is in the far east somewhere is the Hammer.
Yeah.
The flatlands of the east.
Because
they're just dead lands now. I mean,
those are dead lands, like right? They're just flat.
Yeah.
The land doesn't get up at all.
In
Dead.
Fallout terms, that'd be the Lonesome Road.
Yeah, and they're
oh man, you guys know why the sun comes up? The hammer knocks it into the sky.
Shut up, Grunkus.
You will learn. You will learn to respect the Grunkus. For I am the sole one who is unvincible.
No.
When your day of vincing comes, etc.
Now we know that that Ares and Dapper Joe work together.
Because I wouldn't work with that.
Well, but now you don't have to be necessarily full-on allies to start, but you know the Grunkus. You've got history with him, but
I do, quite a bit.
How do you have this history with him? Does he work with you, or is he just some weirdo in town that you keep running into?
I literally
Is he your Kramer?
No, I think that he lives in the trunk of my car, whether I wanted to live there or not.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
I literally, like, every time I get to my car, I'm like, I changed the locks! How? I've drunked it. What?
Yeah, it's pretty
Big
accurate.
Vunstead.
You just vunce the door open. Yeah, no, I like that. And I think it's, like, you have multiple vehicles, yeah?
I have two. I have the K car, and I have...
A tank.
a caravan converted into a tank.
Yeah, I think regardless of the vehicle, like, if you intend to take it somehow, the Grunkus is there. It's because I watch you.
So fucking creepy.
So yeah. And okay, so I'm imagining that, like, our like, Ares and the Invincible Grunkus got together the first time. I think unwittingly you just, like, parked on top of me.
Yeah, probably.
The Grunkus had, like, dug himself a little burrow and was having his little invincible dreams. And you just, like, rolled over and just parked. And then he just rolled with it. And you represent freedom to him. And that's valuable.
Okay, so it seems like it's primarily the people's ties to Ares here. Because, Shane, unless you want to really figure something out with Grunkus over here, other than the fact that you don't really trust him.
Would you trust him?
No, but
the Grunkus is useful.
I've already said that it's pretty much my mission to find out what the hell Vunce is.
Okay, so you're just sort of this unlikely stowaway that just keeps showing up with them.
He definitely keeps showing up with them, but he's really fucking useful, right? Like, he can read people's brains. That's a handy thing to have. And so I think that, like, perhaps the Invincible Grunkus maybe doesn't have necessarily a relationship with these guys, but the reason that they don't just, like, leave him out there to be eaten by cannibals is because, like, the people in D-Town, like, the Morlocks, have use of him.
Yeah, and that's kind of the other question I have is is it that you guys do in D-Town?
I'm probably like a wheelman for people to get, like, scary, sketchy things from, like, parts of the ruins. And,
oh, yeah, you get bunkers out to go spelunking.
Mm-hmm. Right? I'm the guy that drives to a location and drives back through all the
because you are the best driver.
Yes.
Bar none.
Right? And I have the K car, right, which is a legend of its own right, because no one knows how it runs. To be fair, I don't know how it runs.
Yeah.
Probably on sheer spite.
What does your car run on?
You can feed it anything.
Well, I already figured out what the minivan runs on. The car, I imagine, like, vegetable oil.
Yeah, like grease.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a horrible biodiesel.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going constantly raiding for McDonald's and, like...
Yeah, or just like fatty animals.
Yeah.
Like you do want to find a bear, because that's a lot of fuel.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe that's a reason for you to leave in the wintertime. But that makes you suspect when you're going, like, raiding hibernating, like, monsters.
Yeah.
Stealing their fat off their sleeping bodies to fuel your cars.
Now, the van, I want to have steam-powered. Why?
Because fuck yeah.
Because I want to have an opportunity to pull that thing out and go, say hello to the 21st century. Word!
Also, like, steam explosions are rad. We should crash Texas the fuck out of this.
I've already started on my cars, too, so...
Nice.
Oh, that's good. Oh, I will say that there is actually one cult that you know out of the East that you haven't had many encounters with, but they're sort of a rumor. Out here in the West, you call them the Men in White. And they're these guys who... you only ever see them in full hazmat suits. Even the bits that have like been taped together and patched have been like dyed or painted white. And they're these crazy assholes. The only weapons they use are flamethrowers.
Oh, fucking cool.
And they never talk to anyone.
No.
They just... The Men in White show up. Some people aren't even sure that they're men. There are all kinds of rumors. Some people say they're actually robots. Some people say that they're monsters that have to wear the suits to survive.
Or they eat ash, man.
Yeah. Some people say that way back in the day when they sent... they used to send rockets up into space back when you could see the stars. And that maybe the Men in White come from space. And that they got to wear the suits because it's got all like the space gases in it for them to survive. Nobody knows. These things just show up and set people the fuck on fire. So, does anybody want to suggest a way, a scene that you'd like to start with, or I can start you off? Do you want to do something to establish your characters?
I'm easy.
I know what I'm doing. I'm working on the car.
Okay. Is anyone else with you, or is it just you?
I'm probably with Dapper, and we're just chatting about, probably just like, and like we're probably just whining about my car breaking down, and because I do have this. The Aries does have unreliable as a trait.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think the Invincible Grunkus is like in the shop, not with you guys because you wouldn't want to be with him. Unless you were made to be. But he's there because he certainly wants to be there.
And you're watching me.
Carefully, very carefully. I'm imagining that, like, if you have, like I don't remember what they're called, the cranes to pull out an engine block, he's, like, up, like, perched on one of those, just, like, watching and, like, occasionally spinning a socket.
I literally can imagine, like, me taking the socket to use it, and then you pick you another socket.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then. You're in the garage.
Look, Dapper, I'm sorry, okay? Old world technology just doesn't work like it used to, okay? Sometimes things are going to happen. It's not my fault that the car's wastegate fell off the side of the vehicle, right? Like,
You're right, but you're wrong. You're right, but you're wrong.
Will is actually making a spinning motion with his hand.
They can feel it.
I
The
don't
technology
think
works the same.
for
The world
you.
is different.
thank you, whatever you are.
What he is useful.
Bang! Ow! Mother!
Not just to your regret, but to mine as well. Believe me.
Oh, that's the problem. Like, imagine like you hear like a clinking around, and then like pull out like dead animal. Like, this got caught in the fan belt. Throw.
Grungus definitely takes it and eats it.
Of course he does.
Of course he does.
He's also helping keeping the shop clean.
Okay, good plan there.
So as you're working in there, you start hearing something, and it's faint at first, but it starts getting louder, and it's finally you're hearing it over the noises, and it sounds like people singing, and then and they're actually singing. It's choral. This is obviously crazy cult training.
Hark, hear the bells, sweet silver bells, here come
Then
the bells. Hark,
wham!
hear the bells.
So someone you got like a garage or something like that now. So what are you in? Are you in like a broken down gas station kind of thing? Or
Wait. Do that again. Sing that again.
Hark, hear the bells, sweet silver bells, here come the bells, here come the bells. Hark, hear the bells, hark, hear the bells, sweet silver bells.
Okay, I was almost going to break it down.
That was...
Oh God, they've got like a secondary choir. Run.
See, Shane, I know you're referencing something different there, but all I'm thinking of it is Monty Python.
That's what I.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
This is the requiem. Boom. Wow, that didn't make anywhere near the sound, but it hurt a whole lot
That's
more.
why I used the box.
Shane's writing on an empty box for the Tokyo changer that he got me. I just hit my head with a cutting board.
That's why you're the brains of the operation.
I like
Not for much longer. I like pudding.
One of us. Go full gospel.
And
It's
so
becoming Vunst.
you'll be funced more if you put the drill through your forehead.
I'll be honest. I've been hit a lot in the head, and I've been turned to fried.
Anyway, so Wes, you were saying.
So basically, as soon as that happens, like I just kind of like drop the wrench.
Well, what are you in? Are you in a
I
garage?
would
Or...
imagine I'm in like a almost like a quantum, like what would be like a residential property or something like that. Like
I was kind of imagining maybe like an underground parkade.
well, maybe
I'll just say,
Stick with a bunker.
Okay,
but
sure.
I never really got to establish like my background and all this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, with just like what we've established with Dapper Joe so far, I'm thinking that he's basically just kind of like a for hire guy.
Yeah.
Not like maybe kind of sort of a PI, but more like
A fixer. A troubleshooter.
You're violence
Basically.
for hire.
a problem solver.
Yeah, you're a troubleshooter.
Yeah.
The thing is that whenever anyone hires you, it is people always die.
And not the people you hired him to kill, necessarily.
No.
They die too, but just
No.
not just them.
But just considering the environment that we're in, maybe that's why he gets work, because it's not like anybody could keep track of it, because between, just
It's a dangerous place.
me just like being around gets people killed, plus Mr. Unbunsable here, the random death just kind of covers the tracks of what's really going on.
Interesting. So you're underground even by the underground standards.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And so you live in an underground parkade?
sure.
Okay. Most of it's collapsed.
And
You've
by
just
the way, on the front door of this, we have a sign that says "Carolers will be criticized."
Oh, that sounds
I was
dangerous.
going to say that's poking a beast.
True.
Yeah.
Poking the cancer.
So you've got your two vehicles down there. You probably got some like beds and basic equipment that
Yeah.
you shoved in there.
The burnt out remains of the previous vehicles.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like a row of Dodge Aries K cars that have been stripped for parts. Because Lord knows there was a lot of them in the 80s.
You ceremonially take like a gravestone from one of the nearby fucking like destroyed cemeteries and just like drop it into like the engine compartment.
Yeah.
As like that's how you put them down.
And you can always tell which bed is Dapper Joe's, because right next to this like rad ass bed, there's a really nice wardrobe.
Nice.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
why are there carolers here? It's not winter, is it?
Yeah, what time of year is it? That really matters in this setting. We've decided.
Spring, let's say.
Ah, great. So then it's appropriate for the carolers to show up because they're making sure that we haven't turned.
Yeah. All right.
'Tis the season.
Comes the gun. Open the door.
I think it's more like open up the door
Yeah,
rather
yeah.
than open it. Yep. And they're there. They're wearing their robes, basically. They're red.
White trim.
Actually, no, it'd be green and white trim because obviously the cannibals wear the red and the white trim.
Because the King of Frost is basically dressed like Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, ho!
Ho ho ho! Fill my belly.
Yeah, and we can buy him off with coal. But like,
This really
where
is
the fuck
turning
can
into
you find
Futurama
coal?
at this point.
Oh, the box may be empty, but the message is clear. Play Santa again, and I'll kill you next year.
Anywho,
Anyway,
visitors.
yep. And it's a man. He's got a big bell in hand that he's been banging on your door with.
Oh man, you know how hard it is to find a door? What can I do for you guys?
We're here to check you for the sickness.
Sure, yeah, because I'm not sick.
We will come in then.
Please, by all means.
They tromp inside. They're all holding more improvised weapons than anything else. Only a few of them have guns, keeping in mind the bullets are precious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you recognize this guy as I am starting to name NPCs for us. This is Dustwitch Kryn.
Ooh.
There's just this list of random names. I'm like, I'm just going to put them together.
Yeah.
You're going to run into another guy named Gnarly Mercer.
Yes.
As Derek writes things down. Justin, I have a whole new respect for all the note-taking you have to do in these Apocalypse World games.
Yeah.
Yep.
They start literally looking around. Is it just the three of you here?
Yes.
Indeed it is.
One is never alone.
And they look at you. Will.
Yeah.
Because the audience can't see me turning my head to look at you.
They kind of they can assume, but yes.
You're getting ahead of yourself.
Your friend is not entirely normal.
No, he's not. But he's not a cannibal.
Hold up like the remains of the horrible possum he was eating.
That clearly isn't human.
Scarcity is an illusion.
Off in the distance, you hear screaming as people are more or less being dragged out of their homes.
Eh.
You're like, yeah, I don't care.
Well, this has been going on for a while.
Yeah, this cult is not
they
new.
Sometimes they actually do get fucking secret cannibals.
And sometimes they make terrible mistakes.
And we can't really tell the difference.
Until it's too late.
I mean, Grunkus can tell, but he's got other things.
Yeah, but we can't tell if Grunkus can tell. See, I know that you know, and you know that I know. But I don't know that you know, and you don't know that I know. That I know that you know, and you know that I know. You know?
Yeah.
I have no idea what just happened.
I feel like you and I should just start heading to Hamilton now.
Yeah, let's go and let's leave these two because I don't even.
But you could even if you wanted to.
A 12-year-old girl, I can't even.
Anyways, Inquisitors.
Anyway, and
We'll just be at the bus stop on the corner of what is this and I don't even. Good night, folks.
we're finding more of them this year.
It was a cold winter.
And where were you and what were you doing during it?
I was doing running work for D-Town, like I do every year. There's my car. That's what I use. You know, you've probably heard of it. The Aries.
Yes, we've heard of it.
The fastest car.
Do you want to make a roll at this point then?
Sure.
Let's see here. Where are the moves?
Basic moves.
Basic moves. These are harm. Basic moves. So you are...
Seduce or manipulate someone.
Yeah. Would you like to... you could roll to read him. You could attempt to seduce or manipulate him.
Manipulate.
Okay. Roll plus hot.
Minus hot.
Remember, it's highlighted.
7. Minus 1. 6.
Mark experience.
Oh, well, 1. Mark experience. On a miss, be prepared for the worst. Really? Damn it, game, give me some...
No, you've got... This is a golden opportunity to make a move now.
Yeah. So you fail as you... what do you say? Well, how do you horribly fail at this attempt to...
Get the fuck out of my garage!
Dustwitch Kryn takes a long breath. And he looks over at a couple of the carolers. And they immediately begin taking baseball bats to the chassis of your K-cars.
Thou those motherfuckers! I'm going to get...
You would do best to be more respectful to us. We're the ones keeping you safe. Does anybody else want to do anything here?
I'm gonna go and offer up the possum I've got to this guy.
Okay.
Scarcity is an illusion.
What are you doing something to...
You peddle scarcity. The unpunchable Grunkus want, but because scarcity is an illusion, I share. And he's going to offer this up, and like he's going to offer it to him on his shiny bag of hate, inverted. And sort of just like hand it to him. He's going to put it into his hand, and as he touches him, I would like to do a deep brain scan, which I can do because I'm touching him with my violation glove, which allows me to make this brief contact count as time and intimacy.
Okay, so give me a roll then for deep brain scan. You're rolling plus weird?
Rolling plus weird.
Of course you are. Everything you do is plus weird.
Everybody please make appropriate scanners noises.
Wow, wow, wow.
And I rolled horse shit. I got a 6. So, this is going to go really bad. On a miss, I inflict 1 armor-piercing harm on the subject to no benefit.
Okay, so you go in and you...
So, can I describe the harm?
Yeah.
Okay, so... yeah, he hands this, like, possum creature to him, and he's doing it through the inside of his shiny bag of hate.
Yeah.
And as soon as, like, the skin touches, like... a bunch of, like, red fiber optics go off, and the grunt just gets worried about it, and he, like, looks at the light hard, and the light responds, and goes back into, what's his name, Dustwitch, up into Dustwitch's hand, and then, like, lights his nerve endings on fire up his hand.
You know what? I think it actually lights his hand on fire.
Fuck yes! You have advanced too hard!
Oh.
I'm gonna go ahead and mark experience.
Yep.
You're welcome to come with us.
Yep, that will,
Put me in the car, please. We'll just drive it.
Okay, so, how you inflict 1 harm?
1 harm, armor piercing, to no benefit.
Okay.
So that is a
That is 1 harm.
That
That is
is no benefit whatsoever.
1 harm to an NPC. He takes cosmetic damage, pain / concussion.
Hence, his arm smolders and glows, and it hurts bad.
Yeah, that's
Although maybe his clothes light on fire. That's just a thing he has.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I think that his actual like clothes light on fire
Nice.
for a moment, and then he has to like pat it out as he jumps backwards.
Question about highlighted stats.
Yes.
I fail, so I get an experience. Do I also get an experience because that was highlighted? Is it redundant like that?
Which? Sorry.
Because weird is my highlighted stat.
Then you get 1 experience whenever you use
Whenever
you roll plus
Okay,
weird.
So it is redundant. Excellent, thank you.
Yep. Why? Would you get another experience from it, or?
Well, yeah, because I get 1 from failing and 1 because it was.
No,
weird.
you just get it from weird. I don't think you get 1 from failing.
Oh, see, yeah, okay, my bad. Yes, thank you.
Masks, you get it for failing.
Yeah, and Dungeon World and a bunch of
And a couple of the other ones. I don't think you mark experience for failing in this one.
No worries. We probably don't. Most of the ones that have highlighted stats, that's usually how it is. I just forget these things.
So should I not have gone the experience?
No, you did. You fucked up good.
You rolled hard.
6 or less is a fail.
Whenever you roll plus one of your marked stats, whether you succeed or fail, you gain experience.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, well, I guess we're moving into combat already then.
Oh, that was quick.
Or something, but yes, probably.
They are going to essentially... This is like 12 guys are going to go to haul the Grunkus off between them.
Okay.
Okay, when they lay hands on him, the invincible Grunkus is going to snarl.
I'm going to let these two...
yes, you're right, they should.
Here's the thing. You are being overpowered at the moment.
Yes. Because he fails.
Alright. You know what? Right out of the gate, I think I'll try using my visions of death.
Good call.
Okay. Wow. I didn't even really have to do anything to possibly make you guys have to flee town.
Yeah, you just have to leave us with the Grunkus, apparently.
It's inevitable. It's going to happen.
6, what's your weird?
+1.
So that's a 7.
That's a 7. Also mark experience for weird.
Cool.
And you get to choose either who NPCs who lives or who dies.
Yeah, let's go off Dustwitch.
You're okay. Dustwitch Kryn, you've decided that he is going to die. How does this manifest, Shane? Is this something that just occurs to your to Joe? Is it something that Joe makes a conscious decision of?
That is literally your decision according to how this works.
No. I'm asking how this manifests for your character. This power itself. I decide the circumstance under which Dustwitch Kryn will die. You need to tell me, as a player, digging into your character, because that's one of my things as MC, is every time you give me something about your character, I'm going to ask you questions about it. Because I want to see more development in that from all three of you whenever you do something. So, these visions of death, are they legitimate, like, sudden psychic visions? Or do you do something to him? Is it just the world around you? Is this something you don't have conscious control over?
Okay, let me see here. Okay. Joe walks up to Dustwitch Kryn and places a hand on his shoulder, the shoulder of the arm that wasn't burnt up, and just kind of raises his other hand to the rest of the crowd. He's like, whoa, 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 whoa. There's clearly been a misunderstanding here as to who's dangerous and who is not. Dustwitch, you said that you and your lot keep us safe. I have an earnest question for you.
And what's that?
He looks him in the eye, and he says, how safe do you feel? And his eyes just go black.
Okay. Well,
Because it just occurred to me. A dapper, mysterious individual with a dark power of death?
What are you, like Yagami?
Maybe. I mean, that's a thing.
I know.
That happens a lot. But does it really happen that much in like this kind of setting?
That's like
Yeah, well, let's find out.
I think it's about to.
yeah. Okay, so you've basically so your power essentially manifests as you've got this psychic ability to death curse people.
Pretty much.
Nice.
Okay, well, they all back the fuck up from you. They don't back up from the Grunkus.
Oh, yeah, he's suspended midair right now between, like, four of them, and he's flailing wildly, but, like, they're buff goons. He's just slinging his torso around.
I'm actually going to have you roll, See, my question is, I can't recall if the NPCs actually make a roll against you.
Never.
Right, exactly.
That's changed in second edition.
Which I don't think it has. So I'm just going to declare that you have taken harm, and you're going to have to roll...
I can do something... I'm about to take harm, and I can take action against it, right?
Yes.
Well, unless you think that this is a
No,
dire situation you've just heard.
when you exchange harm, this kind of actually is the... Well, it literally is the granddaddy of them all. Okay, so it's basically whenever you get into a fight with someone, you're going to exchange harm with them.
Almost certainly, yeah.
Okay. So, at this point, I'm going to have you, Will, make me a roll plus hard.
Okay, am I going aggro, or...
Yeah.
Okay, I do have the option to roll plus weird on that.
Okay.
And I think...
You want to kill someone with your mind?
Because he's got mind bullets, so of course he's going to.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm probably going to roll badly, so that'll be fun. No, I rolled like a boss.
7.
I got a 9 altogether.
Okay, on a 7 to 9, you can choose one of the above, or one of the following.
Yeah, what do I got on my list? Here's the move sheet.
Get the hell out of your way, barricade themselves securely in, give you something they think you want, or tell you what you want to hear, back off calmly, hands where you can see.
I'm going to get them to back off calmly, hands where I can see them.
Okay, does this move also say that they take harm from it?
Yeah, it's normal going aggro, and theoretically I'm using my mind, which counts as a weapon, so 1 harm, armor piercing, close. And it is loud, optional. I think that, like, because they're touching the Grunkus, and so the Grunkus reaches it into their minds through the highways of their nerves, and he's going to pull out, like, their greatest shame and force it out of their mouths. So they're all just going to confess something hideous.
Okay,
And they can tell he made them do it and then drop him.
No quarters, exchange harm, but first roll plus hard. On a 10 plus, both. On a 7 to 9, choose one. You inflict terrible harm, or you suffer little harm. You either do +1 harm to them, or you suffer -1 harm back.
He wants to suffer little harm. He's not trying to hurt these guys.
Okay.
He's just trying to get away.
They were only going to deal 1 harm because they're just pretty much smacking you around with their fists.
So he's roughed up, but he gets away, and as they all pour out their greatest shame.
Yeah. And then as they go for you, they're like, you only affect a couple of them.
Yeah. I affected the 4 that were touching me, and maybe one
Yeah.
that punching me.
And one of them one of the other ones goes to try and stab you with a spear.
Ooh, okay.
But he slips on oil from the floor.
Nice.
Goes stumbling and rams the spear through Dustwitch Crin's chest.
Okay, as Dustwitch Crin is dying, the Grunkus is going to look Dapper Joe in the eye and then whisper to Dustwitch as he fucking dies.
Oh, this is not like dying.
Oh.
Shane's power state's dead.
Oh, I know, but I assume it's not instant. Is it brutal, or is it like Aorta's gone, he's gone?
Pretty much, it's like right through the chest and rib cage.
Nice. Well, he's still going to whisper to his ears. He doesn't care. The ears
Oh yeah,
shut
no,
the
you could do whatever the hell you want to him.
Bad shit. You don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So looks Dapper Joe in the eye and then whispers into the ears of Dustwitch, but loud enough for Joe at all to hear. A possum given freely is never in the spirit of love. And then lets the body drop.
What does that even mean?
It means that a possum given freely is never in the spirit of love. Who would give somebody a possum as a nice thing?
Well, that was a thing that just happened.
It's a thing that just happened.
Yeah, Joe's eyes go back to normal. He's just like, what?
Joe's having this massive superpower moment, and then he's just like, wait, what? What the fuck did you say? You actually snapped me out of my super trance?
It's like, what? What? Possum? What?
So what are the rest of these goons doing?
They're running at this point.
Ah, perfect.
Because a bunch of them are freaking the hell out after touching you. Then you set one of their leader on fire, and then another dude with black eyes touched him, and then he just died. I mean, the precise sequence of events is going to get a little out of proportion by the time they tell other people.
Oh, yeah.
You know what that means? Get to the car. It's time to leave.
Get into the car, get into the van.
That's a good question.
Which one makes it
The van.
sound when we
The van. Yeah, let's get in the van.
Yeah.
Get in the battle vehicle.
Yeah, let's let him.
Fuck the K cars, get in the van.
Yeah.
What does the steam-powered van drive? Like, what's its fuel? What do we burn for it? Anything that'll burn?
We'll let him burn.
The Grunkus brings Dustwitch.
He's not going to burn that well. He's a human corpse.
He's got clothes, and if you dry him out on the hood for a while.
No, it's like the friggin' reactor in the car from Double Dragon.
Which was basically just Mr. Fusion.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Nobody's allowed to sit in the passenger seat. That's where
They dumped an aerosol cannon and it
I like
went
the
to
idea that you just have a
overdrive.
shotgun in that seat.
No, that's where the fucking skeletal corpse sides.
Oh, yeah, the soccer mom.
Miss Daisy.
Oh, yeah.
That's who you drive.
Oh god, we're sticking with that. Okay. So you guys pile into the van and just peel out of the parking garage? Okay.
Steams away.
I just love that I just...
Commence conversation as you guys are getting the hell out of there.
Long period of quiet. Then just... So that was a thing.
The truth always goes underground.
Shut up! I
Spins the ratchet.
I was really enjoying living there. I'm making a good living. I was saving for a nice place in D-Town. I was going to be one of the Morlocks. It was going to be great.
You're Vuncing the forest.
Shut up.
Warlocks.
Well, here's where
Everyone, shut up.
He's so
You
cool.
are very aware that what I just did gives me a fucking headache.
Agreed.
And neither one of you is helping it go away.
Oh, it doesn't help.
So let's just figure out our next fucking move.
Oh, we've got to leave town.
The Grunkus disagrees. The most unvuncible thing is to go deep into the town. Go to the Morlocks. Dig for the truth.
Do you still have the corpse of Dustwitch Crit in the back with you, Will?
Buckled up next to me.
It's the second weirdest thing that's in the vehicle. The other one being Miss Daisy.
Exactly. He fits in.
It's the apocalypse. Corpses aren't that weird.
Yeah.
It is the town of the Morlocks.
But the fact that I've dressed it,
True.
I've got the flower hat for it.
They are the subject. The carolers sing. The subject controls the singers.
Wes, as you're driving along, you can see in your rearview mirror, or at least what you've rigged up, there are a couple, well, they probably were once Jeeps of some sort. Now they're just like Mad Max road vehicles with carolers on them. Oh yeah, and they're totally singing, and they've got the engines tuned to like rev to it.
Oh, I love the idea that like, okay, so like the main vehicle has like pipe organ sets for its exhaust, which shoot fucking
Oh my god,
fire.
it's Christmas doof.
That's definitely the Christmas doof wagon.
They sent the Christmas doof wagon after us. We've got to leave town.
So, Wes, I'm going to have you roll
The Kringle Christmas.
plus cool to outdistance another vehicle.
Sure.
Alternatively, you could pull back and attempt to board another vehicle, or you could attempt to shoulder them.
That's getting into vehicle combat, right?
Yes?
I have combat driver.
What bonus does that give you?
When you use your vehicle as a weapon, inflict +1 harm.
Yep, so that would be when you shoulder another vehicle.
Which I'm going to do.
Okay.
Because I'm a badass.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so you're going to kind of slow down and let them catch up with you so you can try and, like,
Reverse
smack them.
boxer
To be
maneuver.
fair, this car, I'm in the minivan. It's not fast anyways. So.
Yep.
It's got the fine combination of the handling of an early 80s minivan and a steam locomotive.
Okay, so roll plus cool.
These dice hate us.
What's your cool?
5. That's +2. 5. Do I get an experience for failing?
No, but you do have cool marked down, so you get an experience for rolling cool.
Excellent.
Let's see here. Shoulder another vehicle. On a miss, it shoulders you instead, inflicting V harm as established. Let's see here. Creating a vehicle. 2 battle options. +1 speed, +1 handling, +1 armor. So your vehicle is going to take 1 harm. Or do you get minus...
armor.
Yeah, you got -1 harm for the armor?
Yeah, and I have 2 armor on this thing. So.
Oh, so yeah.
Oh, okay. No, you're fine then.
Although we probably still spin. If shoulder moves you, we probably still move.
Yeah, well, you kind of go up against it, but they pull forward out of the way.
Right.
And then, yeah.
Fear my soccer mama fury.
How many vehicles are there?
There's just 3 of them right now.
Okay.
It's one of them's the large buggy that's like the caroling buggy, and then there's 2 just smaller ones trailing behind it.
Nice.
No, you know what they actually look... No, because that'd be more the Christmas motif.
Yeah.
The problem is we have dueling Christmas... You guys built in dueling Christmas motifs.
They're like basically snowmobiles that have been adapted for summer use. So they've got tracks where the
Instead of
skids
treads?
should be. There's 3 tracks. Like
Yeah.
where there should be the skids, there's tracks, and then there's the normal track as well.
Okay.
And since it's a fur trade town, some of them have like leather, like horrible mutant bison leather tracks, because
Sure.
obviously the rubber got chewed up eventually.
Sure.
Yeah.
Gross.
Okay. So you don't quite shoulder them. And they are... Oh, dearie me. Like, they're trying to go after you, basically.
Sure.
Yeah. So they're like, do they have any weapons that they're shooting at us? Are they trying to get on board?
Yeah, they're trying to hook, like boarding hooks into your
Which obviously
van.
look like candy canes. No.
No, they don't.
No, that's the other cult. Yeah. So they're like hitting us with grapples and stuff. And
Yeah.
trying to get on.
Wait a second. I just realized something. We've basically established a holy war in the post-apocalypse between Santa versus Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
awkward.
one way to look at it. Yeah.
All right.
The war on Christmas continues.
That's the war that ended the world.
War never changes. I was there. I was there for the Boxing Day events.
Black Friday has never been blacker.
Anyways.
So yeah, there's people trying to get on board. What are we going to do about it?
I'm driving, so shoot them!
Well, one of you has a gun.
I'm down for shooting.
Okay, so are you going to basically just go...
Actually, what stat do I use for shooting?
You're going to roll your... let's see. So you're going into battle moves at this point.
Yep.
You're essentially declaring single combat. Do single combat, but first roll plus hard.
Ah, crap.
7, 5.
Yeah. It's gonna suck, isn't it?
On a miss, your opponent chooses choose one against you. Now, here's the good thing: you exchange harm with them, so even if you miss, you still hit. Your opponent gets to choose what happens.
Okay.
They are going to choose to. You're going to shoot. I'm going to. You suffer. Sorry. They're going to suffer little harm because you're shooting wildly at them as your two vehicles are swerving against each other. So they're essentially going to get you with one of these hooks into you. Now the good thing is that you are nimble as fuck.
Yeah.
So that's going to count as 1 armor, and that's going to negate 1. So what I'm going to need you to do, Shane, is just roll and then add +1 to it. We're going to do your harm check.
Okay.
That's better.
So that's 8, 9. You wanted to roll low.
Oh, shit.
Oh, damn it!
Let's see here. Using vehicle.
Different.
Well, it's your test versus damage essentially.
Yes.
Vehicles. See, if Derek had been smart... here we are. Harm. You suffer harm. On a 7 to 9, the MC can choose one. You lose your footing. You lose your grip on whatever you're holding. You lose track of someone or something you're attending to. You miss noticing something important. Can choose one. Okay. The good thing, Shane, is you didn't roll a 10 plus.
Okay.
I'm going to say you lose your footing from where, like, you're hanging out, essentially like the side sliding door.
All right.
And you're going to fall into their vehicle.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
And Will?
Okay, so Dapper Joe gets dragged out by one of the hooks and onto their vehicle. Their guy is still on ours.
Oh, wait, sorry, 1 sec. Shane, how much damage does your pistol do?
My pistol, let's see here.
Probably a lot.
How much does your Magnum deal?
3.
I'm going to say it's going to deal 3 then, Shane? Or does it
Yeah,
list
that's
that
all
on
it says. It's 2
the-
harm, and then the high power gives it +1 at bar.
Cool. So he takes 1 less harm, so he takes 2 harm. Wounds, unconscious, as bad pain, broken bones. Likely fatal, occasionally immediately fatal. So the guy hooks you, and he pulls you over onto their vehicle, and you shoot wildly. Your shot goes wide, but it spins him around as it takes him in the shoulder, and he falls off onto the road, and then one of the snowmobiles goes over him.
Sweet jump.
Whee!
Okay, so none of them had actually got onto our vehicle then.
That's right.
Okay. The Invincible Grunkus prefers that.
I do appreciate your commitment to sparkle motion and only speaking in the third person.
Thank you. I think that the Grunkus is going to do something dumb.
Like everything the Grunkus does.
Yeah, I think the Grunkus is going to. He doesn't want Dapper Joe to be alone over there.
Oh, goody.
And that's where the people trying to hurt us are. So the Invincible Grunkus is going to leap over to the other vehicle and proceed to apply the cutters to those inside the vehicle.
Okay, so you are about to enter single combat again. Keep in mind, there are 2 different things. Going aggro is using violence to get something you want.
Yes.
Whereas single combat is
Is
actually
fist
trying to
bumps.
hurt someone.
And he's actually trying to hurt somebody this time.
Okay, so you're going to roll plus hard.
Yeah. Which is to say, minus a lot of hard. The Grunkus gets a 5.
Okay, So I get to choose.
Yes, you do. So yeah, leaps across like a spider monkey, clings to the side, and then reaches in through where there would have been a window, but it's the post-apocalypse, and begins slashing wildly with his scalpels, screaming about making insides outside.
Entrails.
Oh, nothing but entrails.
Okay, that comes later.
This guy may not have entrails. We'll have to cut him open and find out.
Okay.
Am I going under the tires?
No, so they're going to fight back on the inside.
Of course.
So one of them basically takes a large caliber pistol and he's twisting around in his seat as you're reaching in through the window of the cab.
Yeah.
And he's trying to fire at you while you're basically trying to stabby him.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that he inflicts terrible harm.
Oh boy.
Do you have any kind of armor?
Technically, the Rags of a More Vincible Time do provide 1 armor.
Okay. And how much armor? How much damage do your scalpels do?
3.
Okay. Well, he gets a couple shots at you before you jab a before you essentially lodge a scalpel in his carotid artery.
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to roll 2d6 and go +2 on it. Oh wait, sorry, +3 because it does the additional because he did the additional harm.
+3.
Yep.
I finally rolled high. Fuck me, 11.
That was the roll you didn't want to roll high
I know.
on.
Am I going to lose an arm or something cool?
On a 10+, the MC can choose one. You're out of action, unconscious, trapped, incoherent, or panicked. It's worse than it seemed. Take an additional 1 harm. Choose 2 from the 7 to 9 list below. You lose your footing. You lose your grip on what you're holding. You lose track of someone or something you're attending to. You miss noticing something important.
Ooh, the mystery option.
You lose track of something or someone or something you're attending to. So you lose track in the fight of what's happening to Joe.
Oh, no.
And you miss noticing something important, which I don't have to tell you about.
No, because I didn't see it. Just hit me with it later.
Yep. And then I'm going to jump over to Wet.
And how much harm do I take?
You take 3.
Yay. So fill up my harm clock.
Yeah, it's basically once you get to
midnight.
Yeah, between midnight between 12 and 9 you're in the fight. When you get between 10, 11 and 12 you're dying.
Yeah. Cool.
And you need someone to stabilize you. Preferably an angel, but you don't have that. So go fuck yourselves.
Yeah.
At what point do I become unstable? Is it from 9 to 12?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Wes, do you want to roll to outdistance?
Sorry,
or
how much harm did I take from that
you
last
took
one?
2.
2? Okay.
Oh wait, no, sorry, you took 1 from that one.
Okay.
Do you want to try to outdistance? Do you want to try and shoulder the vehicle
I'm
again?
shouldering their vehicle because there's people. Those 2 idiots left the safety of the armored minivan. Well,
Yeah,
he
they're
didn't
not too
choose-
smart.
He didn't choose to be fair.
Yeah.
He didn't choose to. He totally chose to.
I didn't want Dapper Joe to suffer alone.
It's not even I wanted to help him. I just didn't want him to suffer alone.
So I'm going to go shoulder vehicle.
Do it. Do it now.
Oh, yeah.
Rolling
buddy.
plus cool.
That is 11, 12, 13.
Ooh.
What?
Success.
Oh, okay. Well, exchanging harm. Vehicle combat. Shoulder another vehicle. On a 10+, you inflict V harm +1. V harm. And then you inflict another +1 for your combat driver.
Yeah.
Okay. When a vehicle suffers harm. How much damage does... Okay. Glancing hit from a moving vehicle against another vehicle. Plus it's massive, minus the... do you have massive some number?
Sure do. 3. It's a van.
An armored van.
It's an armored van.
Oh, okay.
Crunch. Question.
Oh dear.
What's the name of the armored van?
Matilda.
Love it. When she dances, does she have a cattle guard on the front of her?
Of course.
Fuck yes.
It's a small one because it's a Dodge minivan.
Okay, well, I'm now going to reveal what Will failed to notice as he was looking out the front window. At the large concrete pillar that the battle vehicle of the Carolers was driving towards, you notice it, Wes, and swerve out of the way. They don't, and run headfirst into it as you you shoulder them so that they swerve in towards it. Mm-hmm. They crash.
Do we have a chance to bail? I obviously shouldn't because I didn't notice it, but Dapper Joe was right on the hood.
You're 100% not
I'm
bailing.
100% busy. I'm not bailing, but he might.
Yeah, Dapper Joe, I'm going to give you a... Should be a roll to
Do
avoid
something under
harm in
pressure,
here.
usually.
Yeah, you know
At least
what?
It used to be. Second edition.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to do something under fire, so roll plus cool.
Nice.
11. You're fine. You see what's coming, and you bail.
Yeah.
The Grunkus goes through the windshield.
Yeah.
You take 3 harm.
Oh boy.
Are you at 6 harm now?
I'm now at 6 harm.
Give me a harm roll. So you're rolling plus 3.
Okay. I have a 8.
Well, that was an exceptionally brutal round of combat.
I still have all my limbs.
Okay, so you suffer the 3 harm, and you lose your footing, or you lose your grip on something you're holding. You lose track of someone or something you're attending to. Obviously, you lose your footing.
I obviously lose. I was gonna say, like, it's perfectly fictionally reasonable for like all of that. Just Grunkus is just like launched, like he hits it and then ricochets distance and is in a heap.
You go through the windshield. You miss the stone pillar,
Oh, good.
but you land in a heap, a very painful, bloodied heap on the ground, and you just kind of roll, and thankfully that like thing of thorny nettles breaks your fall.
Ah, excellent.
Are you stopping at this point, Wes?
Yeah, well, that was as I saw the Grunkus and this one. Did you roll back into my van then as you were?
No, he just jumped off.
He just like did like the sweet
So-
Hollywood like roll.
and like stop.
Oh, Shane, you lose your hat.
Oh, no.
Since the greatest damage occurring in this fight, Dapper Joe lost his hat.
Yeah.
God, he's the guy who's wearing like a 3-piece suit and a trench coat, and he just jumped off a moving post-apocalyptic battle wagon.
It helps that he's got like high test. Like,
You know what I'm actually
works.
imagining you as? I'm imagining you as George Clooney in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Nice.
Complaining about how he
about-
can't just get his Dapper Dan pomade.
Yeah.
I don't want... crap, one of the other ones. I want Dapper Dan.
And I was about to call myself Dick Tracy, but that's almost better.
George Clooney. Totally George Clooney.
Warren Beatty is just like a George Clooney prototype, really.
Yeah. Can the Grunkus use his direct brain whisper projection to go aggro on cumulatively the remaining carolers of it?
You can hit one of the drivers.
Okay, great. What about the vehicles now?
No, you cannot
they don't
interface with
have
the
brains,
vehicle. They don't have
You
brains.
cannot put whispers in them. So yeah, he's gonna put in. He's gonna just put a whisper in them, in him to just flail about.
Okay, make a roll.
Totally go wild on the controls. Plus weird, I have 11.
Oh, dude, you will do whatever. Now, this is the yes. What is the description of that move?
You can roll plus weird to get the effects of going aggro without going aggro. Your victim has to be able to see you, but you don't have to interact. If your victim forces your hand, your mind counts as a weapon.
He's totally forcing your hand.
Yep, great. 1 harm, armor piercing, close, loud, optional.
How is it loud?
Well, we've talked about the scanner's sound. Like everybody just hears static. But, not like the comforting background of, static at Grandma's house in her basement when you left the TV on when you fell asleep playing games.
He's taking cave and do what you want.
I want him to steer into the other vehicle while wetting himself.
Bam.
While
Yeah, and he starts shaking. His nose starts bleeding, and almost like a palsy. His
Yeah.
he twists and he's like, "Oh God, stop me! Stop me! Stop me!" Wham!
If you take a circle and embrace it, it will be vicious.
Okay, I think I'm going to end the episode on that at the 1 hour mark
Excellent.
with that
Right on the money.
insane statement. As you are now standing in the.
You know what? I think I can counter that by quoting the Tick.
Oh no!
An object at rest
cannot be stopped.
That was the Mad Midnight Bomb of What Bombs at Midnight, not
Yeah.
the tick.
Damn it, yeah.
I said the tick. I didn't mean.
Oh, you meant the show.
Yes.
Okay. All right, fair enough. I'm Derek the March Jason Hughes. Come back next week when we find out what these guys are now going to do after they took out, like, a quarter of a cult.
Good times.
I'm joined with...
Will Mitchell.
West Gunn.
Shane Fitzgerald.
And you know what, Shane? You said we should go around the group promoting Con Bravo. So
Yes,
do you want to take this one?
Yes, I did. If you really, really want to see this madness come to its ultimate conclusion, then you definitely want to see us at Con Bravo, July 28th to 30th at the Hamilton Convention Center. This is where the Edmonton crew and the Toronto crew are going to come together for the very first time live in front of a panel audience. It's the first time we've ever done this. It's going to be huge. It's going to be myself, Derek the Bard, Colin Macbeth, a.k.a. Dr. Terawatt, Cassie Chu, Bree Poison, Justin Ecock is going to be running the thing, Tom White, Steve Saylor. Am I leaving anyone out? I think I got
No, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, we may lose
gonna-
some people if they have to attend panels at the same time.
Right.
I know that none of my panels conflict because I'm the one who booked this panel.
Right. So hopefully it's going to be a magnificent 7 of Terrible Warriors live for the first time ever. And it's going to be... If you like this, wait until you see all this madness come to a head as we search for the infamous hammer.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to work that into the next episode.
Yeah,
you guys were a little busy being tortured by cultists.
And folks, it's not just about us. This is the festival of everything geek. You're going to get to see all kinds of stuff. Board games, card games, video games, more pen and paper games. D20 Live, guests like you wouldn't believe. We got Team 4-Star coming to this thing. The Super Best Friends play. And for one night only, our guest of honor from YouTube's Up, Up, Down, Down, WWE Superstar Austin Creed is going to be there. It's going to be amazing.
Oh yeah. Con Bravo is honestly an amazing convention, and I hope that all of you, or some of you, or most of you, or a few of you, or lots of you can join us there. Because it is an experience unlike anything else.
Yes, please, come out and meet us. We want to meet you.
We got
love
postcards
you.
to hand
We
out.
couldn't do this crazy, nerdy shit without you.
Throw a nickel at me and I'll talk like crazy Bob Kaplansky.
God, please.
Throw a quarter, he'll talk like Alvar Goodbarrow.
Throw $1 and I'll try and talk like both at the same time. You get to watch me contort on the floor.
No. Throw $1, he'll go full Mutork.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway.
Once again, July 28th to 30th, Hamilton Convention Center. Get your tickets and get your butt out there.
Woo! 2017.combravo.com. See you folks next week. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Ring here the bell, da-da-da-da, something or other, can't remember the words.
Terrible Warriors has new episodes out every Tuesday and Thursday, and for the entire month of July, we are playing Apocalypse World. We will return to the legend of Dapper Joe and to the fate of D-Town on Thursdays, and on Tuesday, a separate thread, independent from the story you just heard. In a campaign we're calling Sanctuary, the Hardholder Bishop must send out a team to deal with the fact that, well, they're not getting any food anymore. But of course, there's a real enemy on the horizon, and a true mystery about the nature of the hammer. And all will be revealed at the live show recorded in a panel at Con Bravo, happening July 28th to the 30th, where both the legend of Dapper Joe and Sanctuary will come together and conclude in one final episode, recorded live in front of you. Now, we don't have the exact time yet for the panel. We're waiting to hear that from Con Bravo, but any pass you buy for Con Bravo is a weekend pass, which means come on down and spend the weekend with us. We'll let you know when that panel is on Twitter, and during that time while you're waiting, why don't you go hang out with the Nostalgia Critic? Why don't you tell Team 4-Star how awesome they are and they should keep being guests on our show? The guest lineup at Con Bravo is amazing. The entertainment there will melt your face off. There'll be dancing, there'll be artwork, there'll be cosplay. And as a convention that many of the Terrible Warriors have been going to for years, it's also like coming home and hanging out with your best friends for the weekend. So we'll see you there in Hamilton, Ontario at Con Bravo. We'll let you know as soon as we know when our panel will be for the recording of the final episode of Apocalypse World. Follow us on Twitter at Dice Warriors. You can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Terrible Warriors. And today's Terrible Warriors were Derek Burrow, Shane Fitzgerald, Will Mitchell, and Wes Gunn. And we will return to the legend of Dapper Joe next Thursday. And until then, dear listener, thank you for listening, supporting, liking, subscribing. Thank you for playing games. Thank you for going off the rails. Thank you for not strapping us to the hood of your car and drying us out to use us for fuel. And in doing so, thank you for becoming a terrible warrior.